Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In this vlog, we're going to be exploring Quebec. All right, so these are the things we're going to see. We're going to see sights, culture, and food. So come join me on my ride. I caught the 7 a.m. flight to Montreal City, and as you can see, we're in Canada, so I brought some snackies, okay? Not much, but it was really early. Of course, everybody's getting up, and right off the bat, I hear so much French, and I'm thinking, oh my God, how am I going to survive this week? All I know is how to count to 100 and how to ask to use the bathroom, okay? But anyways, the airport was super easy to navigate. I asked this lady, she was so helpful, told me that there's only one bus exiting this airport. Like, oh my God, can it be any easier? It is all the way down at the hall, the 747. So you're basically just going to step outside and follow all the way to the very end. And the thing about the 747 is there's two routes, which was kind of weird. If you're just traveling in Montreal, that is one zone. So I just bought the 24-hour ticket because I didn't know how much I was going to be riding it. And plus, I didn't really know the calculations. So I just went all the way to the end here. And I had to try to figure out, am I going to go on the first bus or the second bus? As you can see, only the first line for the first bus was all the way there. And the second line was empty. I don't know, so I just chose number one. Got my bags in there, which is really cool and safe. Randomly just got off the bus just because I have 2 hours to kill, and I saw this. Also, I need to finish eating. Hella humid, and I got a banana. Okay, so this beauty is called Mary Queen of the World Cathedral. Damn, so already off the bat, the water here is full of chlorine. I can taste it. Oh. The water tastes like chlorine, and a bunch of guys already yelped at me, so LOL. When solo traveling and you're waiting for your hotel room or whatever to be open, you have to have a task. And right now my task is to find a fork so I can eat my sardines. Starving. So from the bus stop, I basically just walked all the way down south. It took me about 40 minutes, and super neat to see how many bikers there are here. Also the fact that this was like a pop-up bike fix-it shop. What? Is it free? Comment below if it's free, because I wanted to ask, but I just saw them speaking in French and I'm too tired. I'm just too tired at this point, exhausted. I went down to the old port. This is really famous, just a famous walkway, and I think it'd be funner to bike. I'm pretty sure I biked this with my friend Tatiana 4 years ago when I came here for the first time. Anyways, the history of Old Port is so cool. If you studied Canadian history, you would know how important the St. Lawrence River is. So it's just so cool to see this place in person instead of a textbook. Oh no, I missed the beginning. Oh no. Oh my goodness. There you go. Okay, that was so cool to see because I've always wanted to see how they end a bungee jumping, okay? How they do that, and that was just so neat. I'm just so thrilled to see that, and I would never do that personally, though. You can never see me on a bungee cord, all right? Okay, comment below if you ever bungeed and tell me you have survived, okay? Because I do not believe you. You a spirit talking to me right now. Anyways, okay, going off. This is Canada Day, July 1st, so the old port was packed. There was so much going on. Constantly people were bungee jumping. Constantly people were zip lining. I just could not believe how lively this place was. And there was a ton of music. So I have to unfortunately keep rambling here because I don't want to get monetized on my videos. All right. I have no copyrights. You know what? I'm just going to actually add a song in right here. Never mind. Enjoy. Okay, I'm about to pass out, so I need to go to the hotel finally. I'm gonna film the Old Town later. Brother from Ghana asked me out. For the life of me, I could not find this hotel. Somebody finally just pointed in the right direction who knew English. It just started raining too. I am stuttering. It's a miracle. Well, well, well. Look who it is. All right, what a surprise. I am joined here by my adoptive family. And you know what? Even though I'm like 29 years old, I was acting like a kid. I didn't have to worry about anything. They had all the accommodations checked. They had all the food checked. I'm not gonna lie to you, I forgot what it's like to relax during a trip. As you guys know from my other videos, I do the most, okay? But anyways, this is our first stop. It is Schwartz. It is a famous meat deli.
It says dziękuję in Polish and obrigado in Portuguese.
For a place this famous, the options were so slim. There was basically only 5 options, or sorry, 6. I have dyslexia, I swear to God. Anyway, the steak here. Oh my God. Why was it so moist and tender and juicy all at once? Okay, I don't know. Triple threat. Celine Dion actually used to own this restaurant. Fun fact. The guy next to me said that. And he's like, look around, look around. I was like, oh my God. Didn't even look around. I was so concentrated on this delicious food. Look at this. Okay, I ate enough steak for a year. Okay, everyone, I'm exhausted. I woke up like an hour and a half ago. Everybody's still sleeping, so let's go do a workout. Oh, hell yeah, boy. We here by ourselves. Oh, thank God. Thank God, because there's not much to work with, but we're gonna do what we can. Oh my God, I'm so sweaty. I was only in there for 1.8 seconds by myself, but we're done. I'm not kidding when I tell you that as soon as I stopped recording, 3 people walked in, okay? And I had no access to the machine, so I ended up doing cardio for 30 minutes on the elliptical, which is not really my jam recently. After I ran my marathon, I'm kind of just staying away from running in general, but whatever. It's good for you, I guess. This hotel is attached to a condo, so the swimming pool, the restaurant, that's all for the condo, but the hotel lets you use it as well. The audio in this video is so good, but unfortunately they were playing my favorite song from 2011 in this video, so I have to just pre-record here. I mean, record afterwards, not pre-record, lol. Anyways, there's a wing on my grapefruit. That was a bug wing. We paid $22 for this buffet. Due to all the car theft in Montreal, the hotel gives you a lock. Mountain here in the middle of the city. Where the heck are we? I don't even know. I'm gonna figure that out. Here's the parking. She's having some troubles reading the machines here because it's all in French. Tour bus is leaving. And let's check out the view. Let's look at it from Mama's camera first. Oh, wow. So nice.
Back in its day, that thing was the 76. You were 5. That was the greatest stadium anymore.
Greatest stadium right there, everyone. Right there.
Yeah, but that's good for you that you realize it.
Mama, why do I solo travel?
Because you want to be the opposite of me, because I was scared of everything.
Yeah, I was scared too. For a long time.
buy these ladies a Coke so that I don't
Look
have
at
to
this
walk to drink
granite.
water fountain at Commoner.
Yeah. There's a lot of that generally in Asia. I think we just
This
paid
is clearly the
$16
main
for it.
viewpoint. Everybody's here.
Oh, I think
I believe this was the stone that Tatiana and I got coffee at, but it was during COVID times, so we had to order from a window.
as soon as we get home. Okay. They better not have
What are you doing?
checking my photos.
I got this raspberry infused energy drink, and everybody else got, oh, Coca-Cola.
Zero.
So after this staircase, you're gonna walk maybe about half an hour approximately, and then that's when you're gonna see that viewpoint. You're gonna be down a gravel road. You're gonna think you made the wrong turn, but no, trust me, you are on the right path. From that parking lot all the way down to that storefront, we're gonna call it that, viewpoint, it was about 35 minutes. We couldn't go any longer, but I highly recommend seeing the cross as well and just doing the whole park. It was beautiful. Y'all, I've done Costa Rica, I've done Poland. The parking lots here are out of this world. I thought Toronto was bad, okay? No, these underground parking lots or above ground, holy moly, they are tight. It's like a one-way all the way, all right? And we have to double turn, double crank, double everything. It's just madness, okay, how small these lots are. So if you are not a confident driver in your car and for parking, wow, I'm pray for you. Okay, the day after Canada Day, as you can see, it's less busy, but there's still so many vendors. I guess they're here all year. Lots of ice cream, cafes, crepes, smoothies. Lot less boats floating here today, but we still got some down there. And they have a nice inflatable gym here, and also the walk over there. What is that called again? The rock wall walk. Oh no. Okay, so in good old fashion, I am on a walking tour. This one is paid. She is the co-founder of Motreal, and he is the founder. This statue monument was built in the 1800s. And look at this beautiful church right behind it. Okay, so this building that's all tarped up, this was the first skyscraper in Canada. And these buildings are extremely old. Obviously, this is the newest one to this collection, but this was the first bank. And just so you guys know, Montreal actually stands for mountain, and the hill that's on top here in the city where we went to, that is called Montreal. Okay, so there are two statues here. That one is Snooty. He's English. He's looking up at the French church. And over here you have the Snooty French lady looking up at the English church. And this is representing the divide that Montreal had between the two cultures. And now they are coinciding since the 70s. Everybody is, well, most people are bilingual. Okay, this was the old bank owned by the Molsons. And what is named Molson, everybody? Exactly. And this heritage building, it's protected now, but it actually went bankrupt during COVID, and this is where all the celebrities used to stay.
Unfortunately, we can't go further because they asked that the larger group stay that there's a
I don't know if you heard the tour guide, but this bank is now working as a event place or a coffee shop. Anyways, Poland has a lot of these buildings where they kind of put the old with the new, and that building was just a great way to show it. This is a free museum talking more about how Montreal was the capital city of Canada, and here is the park where the Parliament building used to be. until the French got mad and burnt it down. This monument here shows us all the first settlers from the 1600s. And coincidentally, this white building here was the governor's home, and it is now a museum. And this walkway here, it was the first sewer. So there's a pipe underneath which you can go see if you enter the museum. Let's go. Okay, so this is St. Laurent Boulevard. This is what is also called the main street. This is the street that used to divide the two colonies of the British and the French, east and west. This here is a reenactment done by the museum, and it is done, I think she said, every day. All right, so this is the famous St. Paul Street. This was the first road, and it led to a church. So it was kind of like a pilgrimage, you know, to get there. And this is the only curved road in all of Montreal because it followed the curvature of the St. Lawrence River, which is now pushed back and everything's straight now. Because I am a cheap solo traveler, I usually do the free walking tours that are around neighborhoods that your hostel usually informs you of. But this one was a very well-informed paid tour. I think it was around $39. I highly recommend taking walking tours no matter what, if they're free or not, because at the end you should always tip anyways, so you could be roughly paying that much. This here gives you a crazy look at your eyeball through a looking glass, and we ended up doing them because they give you a free photo. You don't have to buy, but of course they're going to convince you to buy it afterwards. But wow, is it ever neat? Can you believe I have blue specks in my eyes? What the? Because apparently there's no such thing as green eyes. So this is where most of the artists sell their artwork, and there's a guy that's been doing art for 60 years, and his daughter has this cute little kiosk now up there where she sells his work. So I went in and said out. And this restaurant, it's an open concept and it is only open in the summers. This is basically called Artwork Corner. Gee, Ben and Jerry's here? I thought that was only in the States. And if you've seen my Australia vlog, I also had a Ben & Jerry's there. Here is his artwork. Damn. Actually, not bad.
Which took about 4 years to rebuild it, but it's been.
So a great look at old and new Montreal, and here is the remainder of the fortress here. And that's the bridge I went over across yesterday to the metro, where I got asked out by the 65-year-old. So that monument is for an Englishman who never stepped foot into Canada. So of course, in good Montreal manner, right across staring him off is a Frenchman who much more deserves it than that Englishman.
And so this is what a typical aristocratic household garden would have looked like back in the 1700s. And so yeah, this is always free, available to use. So you've got the fleur de lis for the French, you've got the rose for the English, you've got the thistle for the Scottish, and you've got the shamrock for the Irish, and then you have a fir tree in the middle for the indigenous nation.
Alright, so as I mentioned before, the Parliament building was burnt down, so this was the Parliament building, oh my god, temporarily for 2 weeks. lunch just down the road for free. I don't know why I couldn't speak there, but I slept. Now it is a market. Sorry about that close up. Don't know what happened there, but this is a cool example of how maple syrup is taken out of the maple tree. Oh, and look. How lovely. Thank you guys so much for putting your garbage in here. Oh, so sweet. Oh, look, and it also says no garbage. Wow. I love society. All right, so the lady handed us this, which gives us a bunch of recommendations, and I saw, where the hell is it right now? Oh, right there. Polish cafe. C'est las femmes. Turns out it is opened at 5, but we got about an hour and a half. Well, at least it felt like I was solo traveling for a little bit because I am starving, and we're about to head in here.
Beautiful.
We've been to Peru.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we went to Machu Picchu.
We
and
loved it.
Yeah, we loved it.
You ate well?
We ate.
The crisps are delicious.
Manny's already eating his octopus.
It's good.
Is it good? Yeah.
No, we are already eating. Oh.
So we thought the shrimp were appetizers. Turns out, my mom.
It was my dinner.
And
it was Roy's dinner.
Hi, it was my dinner too.
We thought it was appies. Oh my god. Hilarious. Turns out the Peruvian restaurant really recommends you to share dishes, so we had no idea, and we unfortunately just had way too little to eat, so we are on our way to get Beavertales now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Chocolate hazelnut.
It was going too
spread. Hazelnut spread. Oh, I don't know what it is. 6, yeah.
196.
Hey, strawberry cheesecake, hazelnuts, maple. What is that?
That is
avalanche? Scored cheesecake. Okay. It's kind of cute. It started lightning, so we had to cut our hot tub pool early. Au revoir, Montreal. All right, as our lovely co-pilot jigsaws all of our luggage in the back, we are headed out of Montreal. We are going straight to Quebec City, but first, and definitely not least, we have to pick up these bagels. Okay, the world famous bagels. Apparently there's 2 rivalries. They're just a few kilometers away from each other, but we chose this place, the original. Look how many options. Wow.
You need this here?
Thank you.
Number will be 16 and here's your change.
Awesome. On our way out of the city, I actually spotted where Tatiana and I had poutine 4 years ago.
Where's yours?
Cream
Wow.
cheese, big jam.
Oh my god. Mama, you put is. Alright everybody, sorry this is going to be a 2-part video. I swear though it's going to be only 2 parts. So thank you guys so much for watching part 1 of
the
Montreal.
ambiance.
It was beautiful. In the next part we are going to be going to the stadium.
Apparently
Quebec
this restaurant allows you
City,
to bring
the
your
old
own
town,
wine.
and of course the famous waterfall. So thanks again, and please, 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 I'm
Okay,
begging
definitely
you,
recommend
subscribe,
coming
like,
to
and
the
comment
top
because
here.
this is such a
Oh,
pain
our
in my
friends
butt
are
to edit.
here.
But
They
I
made
love
it.
you guys, and I do it for you.
Fortress.
So thank you. for
Definitely
watching.
worth the views here.
Bye.